demo. That's my view model. It's like 75-ish. That looks better at least. Okay, so I will preface this by saying that Monday night we lost really bad. There was some, I don't know, there was some shit that was really hard for us to recover from. I'm gonna turn off my music for this. Like first MTS like had a really like amazingly good hold on Swiftwater in the cave, and that just kind of got us flustered. And then there were like lots of server issues that were kind of down to us to fix. There was like lag and stuff, and people were joining the servers, which you probably saw if you watched the cast. And like there was just like dumb stuff that happened to us all night, and we got kind of, I think, flustered, and our comms were really bad. We weren't listening. Paragon wasn't playing well because we weren't covering him well because our comms were messed up. Well, I mean, he was still playing well, but he wasn't playing like at his prime, like you said. But there was stuff like on Swiftwater, like the first time someone joined, we were all like, what the hell? And we kind of just like stood still for a second, and like Skyrolla had taken his hands off his mouse to like go pause the game, basically, and before he could actually pause it, Squid ran in and killed our medic, like while he was essentially unprotected while we were sitting there waiting to try to get rid of this player who had joined the game. There was a round we pretty much lost on Granary, because as we were holding mid, the server lagged out, and MTS had advantage, so we were expecting them to push in. We weren't expecting them to all be invisible after the lag out, so we couldn't see them, and we dropped like almost everyone because we couldn't see half of MTS coming in, and there was just like shit like that all night. It was like, and not only that, we were not playing well. Like it was just like I felt like we couldn't ever quite recover to the standard that we had been playing at because of stuff like that was happening. So I kind of thought going into Thursday night we'd play a whole lot better. I was still thinking MTS would play really, really well, but like I figured we would be in a lot better shape after that. But yeah, so let's start on upward here. Yeah, MTS like played extremely well, and like we just, I don't know, we didn't. And there were other things that like, I honestly do think that Granary would have been a 2-2 game at the end of 30 minutes if like we hadn't, we essentially lost a round because like of, here's Platinum who wants to die first, and he asks who the pyro on the team is and stuff like that. But we essentially lost a round because stuff like that, and it sucked.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So the standard thing on Upward is I come out, I'm just going to push the cart, I'm going to check for spies that are in the immediate area. We basically try to move the cart up, and we try to give our medic some room to come out without having to be forced really early. So since the sniper went down, we went ahead and brought Mang out. I'm looking for the spy right now because we haven't seen the spy yet, so I like that we Ubered really early here. It just gets that exchange out of the way instead of waiting for it. Like, you're just not always going to get the perfect Uber exchange. And on Upward, this is something like Tangerine like used to do, was just like, we wouldn't even wait to bring our medic out, we'd just go. We bring the medic directly out and Uber directly into them, and you can see like we're like, shit's not quite where we want it, like still have their gun up, but we have the cart so close that they're gonna have to start backing up here, and they pretty much have already. Again, I'm just trying to move the cart, and like it's being called that Platinum's up top there, and he jumped the cart. Actually, I was trying to get up here and go around him, but I decided to forego that because he was taken care of. So It's really weird, like, that Squid did what he did, because there was a time, not long ago, honestly, that he really, really cared about Highlander quite a bit. Like, when he was on bonus and when he was backing up for Ginyu in spring, like, he wanted to win pretty hard. Like, so, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, just in, like, from private conversations, like, I had with him, like, I know he wanted to win, so I don't know if he just thought they were going to lose or whatever, maybe, so he just didn't care, like, but I don't know. Whatever the reason for, like, how he was acting, like, I don't know. Or maybe he just acts like that, whether he's streaming or not. Probably not going to do all 3 maps right now, but yeah. So they're still holding underneath, and we're trying to move up. Like, they're doing the same thing that, they did to us on Swiftwater. It's a kind of a problem on this map for them, because we essentially know, even right now, and like, Main got body shot and killed, and I missed a reflect that would have done like 100 damage to everyone there. We kind of know that once we get them out here, like, this is going to be an easy push the rest of the way. Is the thing with Swiftwater is your spawn is so far back away from the cave that you can hold it and you can get people back to it, and you can very easily pinch people who are the other way, and even if you die in the cave, you spawn far enough back that you can get to the next point, and you can even set up on the current point again. On this map, you can't do that, so yeah, we're just, again, it's, I don't know, like, initial game flutters, we're not really doing what we need to be. At some point here, it's called that the medic is hurt, and I think this might be it, so maybe not. I'm kind of waiting. There's not much I can do until we clear stuff out other than spy check. So I think it was called the medic might have been hurt right now. I'm kind of just trying to posture. I wanted to get in and around there, but no heavy's coming.
5 minutes left in the mission. 5 minutes left in the mission.
And actually, I would have probably been able to get that demo there. That's what I wanted. If he hadn't gotten bounced back by explosives. So, like, during the Uber exchanges, we're moving the card a little bit here, but not quite well enough. At some point here, I don't know when. Because I know it took us like 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes to capture this card fully, but someone had got in and said the medic was hurt, so I just go down here. I think this is finally it. So I just go down assuming that he's going to be backing up toward where the health pack is. And since the demo's here, I can get him off easily because I got in and around him. Platinum was hurt, so I got him too. So I think I got a lot of the kills and credit for that, but we were pressuring them from like all sides. And here's the problem with that hold now is that look how close we are to their spawn, and now we're spawn camping, and they can't really do anything about it. So now we get point 2 for free, and we get a very easy way to move up to point 3 as well. Like, see, me and Colombian are already moving up. I think Dewatna and Ash are right behind us. Yeah, and actually, I almost get people again here. But I think actually in all of that, Harblu did go down because Paragon moved up, so... Yeah, I probably should have watched that drop down as I was walking by it. My goal was to get just past it before they would spawn, but they saw me going past it because I just wasn't quite quick enough. If I'd got past it, like whenever they spawned, I probably could have caught people coming out, like coming down from it really well. But again, like, they had to hustle to get set up on 3, and they never really did because of it, because we were up there quick enough, and I got stuck on door frames there. I was trying to just get a quick, like, flame on Platinum there, but I got stuck on the freaking door frame. But yeah, see, like,
Additional time has been awarded.
it's been about a minute since we capped point 2 at this point, and card's still moving. Skyrolla jumped on Harblu and Sweater there. I just saw the spy back here. I'm not going to chase him. I'm just going to say he's back there somewhere. She's back there somewhere. Yeah, this was kind of unfortunate. But still, they're selling out a lot of people for this. And I missed a flare that I think probably would have killed him. Yep. but we get him anyway. So then Paragon is just like posted up here, gonna do work. Yeah, Paragon's going nuts up there. Done enough damage to Platinum. I'm not going to worry about him anymore. I'm just going to move on. The cart. Fathom off of it. And since I'm close range, like, I should probably just move forward, move off the cart, and try to keep everything in, but I don't know. I had a good round. You can see, I like top pointed. I had a lot of kills. Actually, in this map, I had Paragon had the most kills, and I had the next most, which I didn't really do all that much damage, but I was like in the right place at the right time a lot, which is pretty much all you like want out of Pyro. Damage is really, really good, but I'm trying to move away from like focusing on purely damage, because it's actually somewhat recently when we've been playing Valen's team that, you know, others, but this like kind of highlighted it really well for me, is that the way Seagull plays Highlander Soldier is really, really good. His timing's just really stupidly, like just stupidly good, and he's hard to play against on Pyro. He does a lot of damage. He doesn't do as much as like how Platinum plays though. But Platinum's timing isn't really as good in Highlander, and so I have a lot easier time dealing with him and stopping him from doing anything too important. But Seagull gets in and gets important kills like all the time. So that's, I think, what I'm like. I don't know. I've seen it. The difference between soldiers before, like how Panda and Ash plays, they get really important stuff. Their timing is really good, as opposed to like how Sheep and others play, which is this, they're just constantly doing damage. So I'm trying to move into just doing, you know, the important stuff a little more often if I can. Yeah, like we just like they kept bleeding themselves on that last over and over, like in small groups, which is kind of like what we were doing Monday night. So like, you know, 2 or 3 people would die at once, and the rest of your team can't really set up because of that. So with our sniper down, we're pretty much going to start backing up. You see, just like being a little cheeky and moving up. We should have, like, I think it was called to back up, but we still had so much, like, they still had so much time to go on the cart that we thought we could hold a little bit better, and our comms weren't exactly, we didn't react as well as we should have then. And Main got killed, but as soon as, like, your sniper's down, that's honestly a good enough cue just to back up, because a sniper given so much free reign on this point can be hard to deal with. So. Yeah, second point, I don't do a lot. I just do a lot of support and like spy checking around our combo and the gun. When they're moved up like this, I'm going to move up with them just to make sure like a spy doesn't come from like, see like underneath the little health pack area, like back behind Paragon and Mang right now. I check that a lot, so I pretty much just always like, if I catch myself looking forward for a couple seconds, I flip around and look behind as well. Like, and that was spy coming out of the window, and kind of a, it maybe could have worked, but I think the distance was too far for her to jump, so. She would have hit the ground and landed in the middle of all of us, regardless, I think. I don't know why it doesn't scope in, zoom in the demo. So they're trying to get Paragon really hard there, and they do get him eventually. Bit of nice timing. I got no-go right as I spawned. But see, we're still losing a couple people. Like, so we're just gonna back up and give him that point. This is what you do in payload. Is you need like time on each point. Like, so you don't sell out for it. So you try to make sure that you're actually holding each point for a couple minutes at least, and that's what you can do if you back up early. And I thought that we had enough people to set up around the corner there, but so I went down kind of early, denying them. I did a lot of damage to their demo, and I think forced a pop eventually, but I don't know. One thing I wish we were better at would be spy checking while I was dead, because that happened all night. Like, I'd be dead, and then we get stabbed. So here I was actually just waiting because Paragon, or not Paragon, sorry, Deadbolt said he was going in because they were really far forward with only a few people. And so I waited up on top of from the drop down and came in after, and again got like pretty good picks. Did a lot of damage, got the medic, did a ton of damage to the demo. So now we can hold this again because their spam classes are down. Their sniper, I'm not sure, but we can deal with the sniper when we have a huge man advantage. So we just come back up, and as long as our demo's alive, we can come back up like that and stop the cart. I think at this point they have maybe one good push left, and it was called that there were a couple people under, but Paragon dealt with it. I was just going down there to help make sure. When I move away from our combo like that, the first thing I do when I start moving back is spy checking around like everywhere. And yeah, as soon as I turn around, Lingo goes there. But yeah, they have, I don't know, probably like 2 minutes left at this point to move all the way up. And it's doable, but they have to, like, their next Uber has to be good enough, and so it wasn't. We have Uber, it's really hard for them to, so it's just like, I don't know. I'm trying to spy check really hard, even though Noko would probably only just barely be in by now. But there she is. Faster spawns, it's harder to track. Here comes this other. So I get out of this Uber initially just to make ours a little bit stronger. And these two are so far in that I can ruin their chances completely by pushing Harb off. I did that because not only could I see that their Uber was already like not very effectual, but I could see that there weren't too many people with them, so there was nothing really to shoot me while I went forward to do that. I don't have much ammo here right now, so I'm going for ammo. But at this point, like, we've already won since like that Uber, so we're just kind of whatever. Like, it doesn't matter what we do right now, so we're not really setting up a defense or anything at all. There's probably like 10 seconds left right now. I'm just sitting underneath. Figured I'll just go for another flank. But they start coming in there. But it doesn't matter. Maybe I was off on the 10 seconds, but it's really quick here. Yeah, there it is. So I had a good map on Upward. I feel like our team knows how to play Upward really well, and I don't know. I feel like I fit in to that pretty well with what we're doing. So there's that. I don't think I want to do Gully because it's like a full